Hello, my friends. I wanted to talk to you today about anxiety. Anxiety is such an epidemic right now in our world. Not only is it normally a very widespread illness, it really is an illness. It's a mental illness that so many people have. And as I'm talking through this, because I don't pre-plan my videos, I speak from the heart. Anxiety is something that so many people are suffering from on all different levels. You know, some people might just have the amount of anxiety that stops them from taking action or raising their hand for something or going out on a date. You know, there's social anxiety, there's all different forms of anxiety. And then there's the type of anxiety that literally is crippling. It keeps people in bed. It keeps people from being able to just get up and start to live their day, live their life. And on whatever level of anxiety you're experiencing, it is a form of disease because it stops you from living your best life. And it literally can create disease in the body. And I know because that's what happened to me. 3 years ago, I was living in anxiety, and I know that that's what caused my whole health challenge that happened to me, where I was diagnosed with a chronic autoimmune disease. Up until that point, I was living my normal life, completely functional, overall a very good, health history. And then all of a sudden, I was diagnosed with this disease where my body was not communicating with itself. My antibodies were attacking my own nerves as though it was a foreign invader. And it caused my legs and my feet to become paralyzed. And it wasn't until I taught myself how to be different, how to no longer just accept and believe my thoughts, which caused my anxiety, and instead teach myself a totally different way of being. And so this is what I want to help everyone who suffers from anxiety to be able to do, because we are all capable of doing it. We don't need to let our thoughts impact us the way that we do. And by teaching ourselves how to create distance or space between our thoughts and us actually who we really are, which is not our thoughts. That's the thing, is most people believe that if we have a thought, that must mean that it's true, or that must mean that that's who we are, so we accept and believe it. And it's totally false. Most people don't know this because this is all still happening where it's becoming more widespread, where it's now known that our thoughts are not who we are, and that it's just an involuntary function that happens in the body, just like, or I should say that happens in the brain, just like what happens in the body when we breathe involuntarily, or when our blood circulates involuntarily. Our thoughts are popping in our head or in our mind involuntarily. We are not creating those thoughts. They're coming from somewhere. That's our subconscious mind. That's where these thoughts are coming from. And the thoughts are there as a way of keeping us safe. But right now, what it's doing is it's no longer keeping us safe. It's keeping us prisoner in our own lives. And so I'm here to teach everybody how to no longer let that happen to them. And so I'm going to be hosting a free event that's going to be sharing more details about this. But for right now, let's just do a short exercise to bring us into the present moment. Most of us are so caught up in our mind where we're just constantly focused on one thing to the next thing and have all these distractions in our life that we are very rarely really present in our right now, what's happening in our world. So by becoming present, by slowing our brain waves down, by not focusing on any specific thought and just experiencing the now, just experiencing what is happening right now in our world, where we are, what we're seeing, what we're hearing, what we're feeling. You know, there are so many ways that we can slow ourselves down in order to be present, to be in the present moment. Because when we're in the present moment, we're no longer being consumed by our thoughts, and we're no longer identifying with our thoughts. So the first step to taking our power back from the mind is to get good at being present by bringing ourselves into the present moment. So let's practice doing that right now. Just a very short exercise. We're going to all close our eyes. And now wherever you are, and don't do this, of course, if you're driving, but I'm inviting you to take some time and wherever you are, experience what it is that you're hearing, what it is that you're feeling. Is it warm? Is it cool? Do you feel a breeze if you're outside? Do you feel the air conditioning if you're inside? Just relaxing into the present moment, just experiencing what's happening in your world right now, focusing on your sensations of what you're feeling, what you're hearing. And another way is focusing on our breath, just by taking in a deep breath. So I'm going to invite you to do that with me right now. When I say take a breath, I'm going to ask you to take in a deep breath, and as you're breathing in, focusing just on your breath, envisioning your breath going in your body and going up your spine. Imagining as you breathe in, your breath is like a straw, breathing in your breath up and imagining it going up your spine, up to your head. So we're going to do that on the count of 5. We're going to breathe in, counting to 5. Then we're going to hold it for 3 seconds, imagining it in our head. And then we're going to release to a count of 5. You ready? So let's all do this now. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now hold it, imagining it in our head, at the top of our head. And now releasing slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just relax. Now open your eyes. And how do you feel now? How do you feel on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being really relaxed, 10 being really hyper stressed? How are you feeling now compared to how you were feeling before that exercise? When you give yourself that even just a few minutes, then you can calm yourself down, both mentally, emotionally, physically. You're calming your entire being down on every level. And when you calm yourself down intentionally, you're separating yourself from those thoughts. You're really feeling anxious about the thoughts that are causing you this anxiety rather than the actual situation that you're thinking about. It's not the situation that's causing you the anxiety, it's your thoughts around the situation itself. So when you bring yourself to the present moment and relax your entire body as well as your mind, then you can create that space between you and those thoughts, and it no longer has to impact you that same way. So I hope this has helped. I'd love to hear any feedback underneath this video, and I wish you all a glorious rest of your day. I love you all. Mwah. Bye-bye.